Who me?
Who, me?
All I did was reveal their truth.
Who, me? That's so funny.
So I'm not taking chances, dear. If you make one wrong move, then you're done for. Anything I don't approve, then you're done for.
You ready?
Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Peter Barber. I'm a professional singer and music producer and Epic the Musical enthusiast, and I'm so stoked to be back reacting to and doing a musical analysis for the fourth saga of Act 1. This is the Circe saga. I've just done the first two videos in one recording I'll release that would have released a few days ago as you're watching this, and now for songs 3 and 4 of this saga, this is done for. And you guys are familiar at this point, but this is a reaction and analysis, so I will be pausing primarily to talk about vocal technique, audio engineering, and any other musical elements that I find interesting. If you guys would like to support me, if you'd like to get early access to these videos, please do consider joining my Patreon family. We'd love to have you over, hanging out in the Discord server, interacting every day. It's a lot of fun. Without further ado, guys, let's get into it. This is done for Epic the Musical. Oh, animatic by Any Flamma did the incredible animatic for Ruthlessness that I released as this comes out probably about a month ago. If you guys want to go check that out. Actually, I'll leave it right here. All right, here we go.
Of the palace.
There are two things I already love about this song. One is this big impact we get right at the beginning that goes. I love an impact that goes down into that subwoofer range. And we also get, do you guys recognize this tune? Doom, 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 doom. This is how the habanera starts from Carmen, one of the maybe my favorite opera of all time, and one of the most iconic opera songs ever written. The habanera from Carmen. Doom, 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 doom. Super iconic. If you guys haven't heard it, actually I'm sure you've heard the tune somewhere, but go look up a good, you know what, I will leave a great recording of this aria in the description below, so you guys know what a great recording of this sounds like.
Of the palace, sorry that I asked this, but I hope that I've been misinformed. I sent out some scouts to take a look around through here, and they wound up at your doors. Through the years we seldom get a warm welcome, so I must ask just to be sure. Did you do something to them?
Who me?
Oh, he knows what's coming. There's about to be a scrap. No, this is a scrappy dude. Scrappy dude. He's like, hi, I was just wondering, what the f did you do to my friends? Fantastic. Love it. Love the music. It's perfect. It is like the perfect setup for like a battle, you know, like a fight where it's like, it's the perfect music for like, I'm just going to put on a nice smiley face, but there is like deep shade layered in with that. We're in B minor. I want to see if, because low B is getting down towards the bottom of J's range. I want to see if he gets down to that low B in this section.
Palace, sorry that I asked this, but I hope that I've been misinformed.
Gets to the C sharp, so not quite down to the B yet.
I sent out some scouts to take a look around through here, and they wound up at your doors. Through the years we seldom get a warm welcome, so I must ask just to be sure. Did you do something to them?
Who me? All I did was reveal their true form.
You turn them into pigs.
I don't know who you are nor why you're here, but let me make this one thing clear. I've got people to protect, nymphs I can't neglect, so I'm not taking chances, dear. If you make one wrong move, then you're done for. Anything I don't approve, then you're done for. I could put a spell on you when you're done for. Boy, you better run or soon you will be done for.
I don't mean to tip.
Dang. That escalated real fast. She's like, boy, get the out my house. So nice. Let's talk about this vocally here. What's going on? Again, so sweet. Reveal their true forms. Nice little vibrato. Easy and not escalating anything yet.
Who me?
Who me?
All I did was reveal their true.
Who me? That's so funny.
Do something to them.
Who me? All I did was reveal their true form.
You turn them into pigs.
I don't know who you are nor why you're here.
Black eyes though already like that. She's not playing
Them
around.
into pigs.
I don't know who you are nor why you're here, but let me make this one thing clear. I've got people to protect, nymphs I can't neglect, so I'm not taking chances, dear. If you make one.
I've never heard that effect. That's really so. Goddess, she can conjure voices, she can conjure instruments, other sorts of things. We get the choir in the background. We get this driving kick that is a theme in this whole saga, aka the Tropical House Saga. We get this like driving kick drum underneath. We get all this movement, but listen to this choir. It has a really cool. It goes in and out really fast. So it's like what do you call that? It's like flashing, basically. There's a word for it's a device where I'm not even going to try to explain it. Another really cool thing you can do which is similar to this, is you can put a helicopter panning method on where it sends the voice really back and forth super quickly to each ear, and it sounds really choppy. It's called a helicopter effect, and it's used as a panning tool. Panning is where you arrange the instruments and sounds from left to right in a mix. So that's how you pan things. But this isn't that. This is really just the sound going off and on and off and on and off and on. So it gets this crazy choppy choral sound. And we've gotten plenty of choral, backing throughout Epic the Musical, but I've never heard that effect put on it. So that's really cool. Maybe to, go along with the building rage and kind of chaos that it feels like is about to ensue. That kind of choppy choir feel definitely adds to that. It's like a jagged kind of intense thing.
Pigs.
I don't know who you are nor why you're here, but let me make this one thing clear. I've got people to protect, nymphs I can't neglect, so I'm not taking chances, dear. If you make one wrong move.
Listen how chesty that is. If you make, like that just gets thicker and more intense in her voice in that moment.
So I'm not taking chances, dear. If you make one wrong move, then you're done for. Anything I don't approve, then you're done for. I could put a spell on you when you're done for. Boy, you better run or soon you will be done for.
I don't mean to
How easy that high C sharp is for her. I could put a spell on you. No problem. Now, C sharp's not particularly high if you're a trained female vocalist, but still, it just sounds so comfortable in her voice. I wonder if she's gonna really take up the belting in this piece if it gets more intense throughout. I hope so. I would love to hear her really stretch it.
Or anything I don't approve, then you're done for. I could put a spell on you when you're done for. Boy, you better run or soon you will be done for.
I don't mean to tip your scale, but you will fail.
Yeah. Wait. We got rock guitar Odysseus coming out. Hell yeah.
I don't mean to tip your scale, but you will fail at placing any spells on me. I just ate a flower, one that claims your power, so you better cower now and flee.
Actually, this is an interesting. I don't know if I've heard this guitar because it's like a distorted, heavier, thicker guitar sound, but it's also like muted. It's like the strings are being held. which is brilliant, right? Because that's like, we have Rage Odysseus, we have like Ready to Fight Odysseus, but like intentionally keeping a lid on it for the moment. But like, you take that mute off and then it's full on like metal guitar. Really interesting. This is why I need to have Jay on my podcast. I want to dig into so many details and nuances and thought processes and audio engineering and all of that. I want it to be a long episode someday when I'm done doing videos for it, so no spoilers.
But you will fail at placing any spells on me. I just ate a flower, one that claims your power, so you better cower now and flee.
You must be a liar, mortals can't acquire money without dire consequence.
Then I must be a god like you, cause I got this root from the ground with my bare hands.
Hermes gave it to you, didn't he?
Okay, fine, yes. But regardless, you
That's funny. Jay will do these like ice-breaking moments where it's a really intense thing, and then there's like a funny little quip, which I can kind of take or leave. I mean, I'm all for really sitting in the drama, but also I think when he does it really well and really tastefully, like this moment here.
I must be a god like you, cause I got this root from the ground with my bare hands.
Absolutely nailing these E's. I know that's not a high note, but he's just really putting these high E's in the perfect spot in his voice, where he's getting really nice clarity. The text is really nice and clear. Good vocal closure. It's not getting up into his high belt range, but just like really, something that's underappreciated is like a note that's kind of high, but not super high. Really, really well done, Jay. You sound fucking awesome, man.
Be a god like you, cause I got this root from the ground with my bare hands.
Hermes gave it to you, didn't he?
Okay, fine, yes. But regardless, you and I are now evenly matched. Our fates are intertwined, they're attached. I've got people to protect, friends I can't neglect. So now there is no turning back.
I like hearing that when they're singing the same words, you can hear the different accents. Like Odysseus is a very American can't turn back, or what do you say? Can't neglect. And she goes, can't neglect, can't neglect, can't neglect. And you can hear that very clearly. This da, 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 is a musical theme in this song. Now it was originally just the choir, but now we get it for multiple instruments. That kind of on off, really quick pulsating, motif here. Really interesting.
To you, didn't he?
Okay, fine, yes. But regardless, you and I are now evenly matched. Our fates are intertwined, they're attached. I've got people to protect, friends I can't neglect.
Can't neglect.
Now there is no turning back. You've made your one wrong move, now you're done for. I will be the one to prove that you're done for. Not even a spell saves you, cause you're done for. Oh, you better run, or soon you will be done for. You've lost.
My nymphs are like my...
Wait, what just happened? Did they actually turn into those creatures? Didn't last very long. And did Odysseus choose a Cyclops? That's interesting. In it.
You've made your one wrong move now.
Okay, so she turns into a chimera, I believe. He turns into a Cyclops. They duke it out.
Done for. I will be the one to prove that you're done for. Not even a spell saves you.
Just a left hook right to the jaw, the chimera, dude. Southpaw coming up in here.
Will be the one to prove that you're done for. Not even a spell saves you, cause you're done for. Oh, you better run, or soon you will be done for.
Cuts off that. Oh, what, did they summon them? They didn't turn into them. I thought they turned into them. Isn't that the animatic? Well, the animatic's not necessarily what's actually happening. It's this autistic interpretation, right? Not really sure what's happening here.
You've lost.
You've lost. That's as low as I've heard Jay ever sing / phonate. You've lost. A down around to a low F, I think. You've lost. lowest. It's in like a kind of a gravelly, low speaking voice, but that's definitely the lowest I've heard him phonate. Like that wasn't fry or something. I don't think he's done any vocal fry in this whole show. There was a written low E flat in Polyphemus's thing. Bop, 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 bop. That was the low note, and I remember it was like he didn't really get down to it, even the octave up. But low F, I think he gets down to like a low F here.
No, soon you will be done for.
You've lost.
You've lost. I mean, that sounds like a different voice.
You've lost.
My nymphs are like my daughters, I protect them at all costs. The last time we let strangers live, we faced a heavy loss. You've given me no reason to bestow you with my trust, but everyone's true colors are revealed in acts of lust.
Oh, shit. I'm not sure I follow. Pfft, boy, come on. I just love the strings, and I love the bounciness and the dance-like feel to this whole scene. It reminds me of those scenes in movies where there's like an elegant ball scene, and there's this beautiful music, but like some bad shit's going on. Like there's a plot. There's a heist, or there's some bad people trying to do something. There's some good people trying to stop them. But meanwhile, this beautiful party is happening. Or, oh my God, have you guys ever seen the movie Casanova with Heath Ledger? R.I.P. Oh my God, I love you and I miss you. Casanova, phenomenal movie. And there's this great ball scene where Casanova's trying to deal with being with like multiple women. He's like courting one. He's trying to be this rich guy that he's pretending to be. But meanwhile, everyone's in these masks. It's this beautiful party, and Casanova's just a total renegade. Oh, phenomenal. That's what this music reminds me of.
Costs. The last time we let strangers live, we faced a heavy loss. You've given me no reason to bestow you with my trust, but everyone's true colors are revealed in acts of lust.
I'm not sure I follow.
Liar.
There are other ways of persuasion. There are other modes of control. There are other means of deceit. There are other roads.
Good Lord, the level of seduction in this saga is fantastic, first of all. But this is like, before it was like hinting at seduction, right? This is actual seduction. Phenomenal. Okay, we're going to go straight on. Which one did Morty's tell me to watch? This one. Okay, so guys, I'm going to be doing There Are Other Ways by Gigi for the public release, and I'm going to make a video for Annie Flammas for Patreon. So flipping what I did with the previous saga, where Annie's was public and Gigi's was for Patreon. So we're going to go straight into it, though. I mean, clearly these two videos are meant to be consumed together. Love it.
There are other ways of persuasion. There are other modes of control. There are other means of deceit. There are other roads to the soul.
What is this theme? Is this theme also from an? Because we've heard a lot of Carmen-like motifs. We've heard some. There might have been like a nod to Carmina Burana somewhere in there in this saga. We got, of course, the Tropical House, but I'm loving this full-on like classical stuff. I've really, for a long, like years, I've been like probably almost a decade, I've been thinking about writing an opera, but with like EDM elements, very much like this, but instead of musical theater, it's opera. Might have to take that on. It'd be an absolutely gargantuan undertaking, but this is inspiring. A lot of this work by Jay is really inspiring, and I think it could be done. And I think operatic singing would be really cool. to figure out how to get it into a live space. And okay, I'm not going to go down that whole train of thought right now, but if you guys are interested in that, leave a comment. That'll be 3 years of my life. Anyway, here we go.
There are other ways of persuasion. There are other modes of control. There are other means of deceit. There are other roads to the soul.
Still in B.
There are other actions of passion. You have so much left to learn. Want to save your men from the fire. Show me that you're willing to burn.
This is definitely, this musically, this is very similar to something I've heard, and I can't place it. I can't place it. If it comes to me later, I'll leave it up, or if Mason knows. Mason studies music. He might know where it's from. That big string section that comes in on the repeat of this material, fantastic.
So, there are other actions of passion. You have so much left to learn. Want to save your men from the fire. Show me that you're willing to burn.
Who's to say with the mistakes I've
Key change.
that they will be the last mistakes I ever made?
Don't break when
There is so much power, but there's no puppet here.
This is the price
I'm
we pay
just
love.
a man.
There is no line,
I'm
never
just
enough.
a
So much power, but there's no puppet here.
Whoa, okay. I don't remember at all how this happens in the original, so this is very entertaining to watch this play out. Yeah, good luck resisting that, Chief. I mean, for real, best of luck. I guess he's battling now, right? He's made mistakes. He's trying to get home. Doesn't want to make another big one that he's going to have to go home and either tell his wife or live with the guilt of that. So yeah, this is a brutal situation. Here, it's interesting. So previously in this saga, we've gotten this really interesting duet where one person's singing and the other person's speaking. We had this with Circe and Eurylochus. Now we have them both singing, totally in their own kind of worlds. Like Odysseus is thinking about guilt and does he want to make a mistake? And she's trying to get him to make that mistake, right? They're in kind of separate thought patterns here, but they're both singing. And so it functions more like a kind of standard duet than we have gotten previously.
Don't break when there is so much power,
but there's no puppet here.
This is the price
I'm
we pay
just
love.
a man.
Just a man. Throwback to
Never enough.
first saga.
So much power, but there's no
Damn, she's sneaky.
I can't. Back at home, my wife awaits for me. She's my everything, my Penelope. And she's all my power. But it's been 12 long years. Oh, 12 long years since I have seen my wife. And now the god of tides is out to end my life. So I beg you, Circe, grant us mercy and let us puppets leave.
Yes, the falsetto coming out for the pleading. It makes so much sense. It's like, I submit. Wow, I mean, he just opens up to this sorceress. Just like, all right, shoot my shot. Really fascinating. Yeah, doesn't try to kill her, doesn't try to trick her, just is like, look, I am desperately trying to get home. Just like, show us this act of mercy. We'll be gone. We'll never come back. Interesting. Interesting plot thickening.
Back at home, my wife awaits.
Also some nice high belts from Jay. That's a high G, and I think he gets up higher a bit later. He sounds really nice here. I mean, this is a really beautiful melody. So many melodies from this saga are really gorgeous. I mean, I'm a sucker for the leaning towards the more classical. Just thrown in here. Like, I've got one foot in the electronic world, one foot in the opera world. But I love both of them so much. It's nice to hear kind of like raw classical in the middle of the big blending that we're getting in this piece that is epic. Cool to hear just like strings, you know, just like a string section doing something and a voice. There's something beautiful about the simplicity of just like strings and voice, or piano and voice, or like acoustic guitar and voice. Like, very simple. Maybe not simple musically, but simple in how the orchestration is set up.
Back at home, my wife awaits for me. She's my everything, my Penelope. And she's all my power. But it's been 12 long years, oh, 12 long years.
Hey, high B flat. That is as high as Jay has gotten, as far as I know, in the fully chest connected. We've heard him do a great mix belt up to a tenor high C, but that high B flat is as high as we've heard him connected. So I love hearing him really stretch it up there.
It's been 12 long years, oh, 12 long years since I have seen my wife, and now the god of tides is out to end my life. So I beg you, Circe, grant us mercy and let us puppets leave.
Poseidon, eh? There might be a way to evade him. There might be a way to get home. Though this other way's very dangerous, it might be your one final hope. I know of a...
This is a bossa nova, I believe, at its core. I'm just trying to figure out if I've heard... I just feel like the bossa nova plus the chord progression is from something. I swear it's from something. And it works perfectly here, and I'm glad he used it. And if it's not from something, then I don't know why it's so familiar in my brain. But yeah, bossa nova. I mean, what a vibe. With this chord progression, with the strings, with Circe, it's wonderful.
Evade him. There might be a way to get home. Though this other way's very dangerous, it might be your one final hope. I know of a brilliant prophet. Problem is, this prophet is dead. I can't get you home, but I'll get you to the underworld instead.
Oh, shit. Awesome. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah, I just wanted to comment on Talia's vocals. Just like so clean, such good vocal fold closure. It's just like it's just a really beautiful, easy, efficient sound. And I have really enjoyed her presentation of Circe. Really, just big shout out to Talia.
Might be your one final hope. I know of a brilliant prophet. Problem is, this prophet is dead. I can't get you home.
Great animatic.
The underworld instead. I'll release your men and I'll get you to the underworld instead.
Wait, you're helping us?
There are many ways of persuasion.
Oh my god, such a vibe. I like how she drops. They're going to the underworld. It's cool when a vocal line kind of text paints a little bit. So she says, underworld instead. Da 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 da. Drops down right if she had gone underworld instead. Then it's like, huh, it doesn't. Okay. But stead makes more sense because they're going down to the underworld. That's called text painting, light use of text painting. Very cool technique, very commonly used in the Romantic period of the classical world. If you listen to Schubert or you listen to Fauré, these kinds of Romantic composers were just absolutely geniuses with text painting, which making the melody evoke the image of what you're actually saying. Really, really cool.
I'll release your men and I'll get you to the underworld instead.
Wait, you're helping us?
There are many ways of persuasion.
The kick drum coming back.
Many modes of control. Maybe showing one act of kindness leads to kinder souls down the road. I remember actions of passion.
Yeah, bring back the tropical house on the way out.
Once before. Maybe one day the world will need a puppeteer no more.
Odysseus really changed her whole scene with opening up to her. Bring back the tropical house. You know, that's been such a common mode throughout this saga. It makes a lot of sense to finish it that way. I love it. It reminds me so much. I have to just tell you guys a quick story. When I went to University of Miami for 2 years down in Florida, quick story, I promise. We discovered a place called Key Biscayne, which is basically like the locals' version of South Beach. It's like there's no tourism there, but there's no buildings, there's no like restaurants. It's just a beach. And white sand, palm trees, clear water, and we would go there on Saturdays and get absolutely smashed under the sun on the white beach with the clear blue ocean, and we would just be bumping this kind of music. I mean, absolute paradise. Probably truly my fondest memories, some of them rather blurry, from going to University of Miami was Key Biscayne on the weekends, Tropical House. So Tropical House, for a number of reasons, but especially that reason, is a very, very fond place in my heart. I mean, I can't listen to it without being in a good mood, for real.
Maybe showing one act of kindness leads to kinder souls down the road. I remember actions of passion.
Yes.
I have been in love once
And the big strings.
Maybe one day the world will need a puppeteer no more. Or maybe one day the world will need a puppeteer.
So much power, but there's
Yes. Yes.
no she's not a bitch, she's a puppeteer. No, she's not a bitch, she's a puppeteer, yeah.
I'll play it out. But didn't I say earlier I was really hoping she would get up because I could tell she could belt really freaking high because of how easy those C sharps were earlier? G? Did she get up to a G? No way.
So much power, but there's no puppet here. No, she's not a bitch, she's a puppeteer.
High F, totally connected, great vocal closure, great edge to the sound. That is how you belt super, super high as a female in your chest voice. That's it. Listen to that phrase. That is just textbook high belting. And it's great because you hear her go from like mid belt, like she goes from like a high C all the way up to that high F, and you can hear the minor changes in how she's navigating that shift up into that really high part of her chest belt range.
Maybe one day the world will need a puppeteer.
So much power, but there's no puppet here.
Great use of vowel modification on her way up. I talk about this a lot in these videos. She really starts with more. She really starts by singing more, because on a high C for her, it's easy enough in her range to where she doesn't have to vowel modify. But as she goes up, it goes more and more towards ah, which is what you want up there, especially when you get up to that high G. Like physics want an ah vowel on a high G. And there's another thing called formant tuning, which is a whole can of worms I won't get into that we think about in opera. But listen to her vowel choice going from more. It starts on more, true more, all the way up to that F, and it gets to like mar. And that's because that's going to be better for her voice and the sound up there.
Puppeteer.
So much power, but there's no puppet here. No, she's not a bear, she's a puppeteer. No, she's not a bear, she's a puppeteer. Yeah.
Brilliant. Talia, brilliant.
That you're willing to burn.
Who's to say with the mistakes I've made
Don't be
that they will be the last
Think of your
mistakes I
past.
ever made?
Don't break on the
There's so many nice moments of duetting and so many beautiful handoffs between the motifs and the string sections. We got the kick drums in the tropical house. We got the harps happening a lot earlier in the saga. We get some cool balance of dialogue and singing. We get a lot of range. We got Jay going up to the B flat. We got Talia going up to the high F above that. We get Hermes being an absolute club animal. Barcelona party animal for sure. What a great saga. This was really fun. Really fun. And I am particularly excited for the sagas coming up. We got Underworld, right? And then we have Thunder. And then we have Wisdom, where I believe, if Athena's the god of wisdom, I believe my dear friend Tegan will be playing a big role there. And I'm always down to chat about Tegan's wonderful singing. More updates on things that we might be doing together soon. Maybe you'll know by then. By the time I get to the Wisdom Saga, almost certainly, because that'll be a minute. Guys, thanks for joining me. Thank you for welcoming me into this wonderful community. Hope you guys are enjoying the double features. I think it's better. I think it flows better. I think it's better for the channel as well to do it this way. If you enjoyed this, please do consider joining me in my Patreon community, and I'll see you guys for the Underworld Saga of Epic the Musical. Peace.